It's Al. Yeah. Get ready for the Gaimez, because we're gonna get in depth with the 300 series. We're gonna go under the hood. We're gonna see what this ship's about, if it's worth your money, and this is what you can expect this whole week, because it's gonna be Star Citizen week. We're gonna do a ship a day, and I'm really excited, and I hope you guys are too. So we're really just gonna focus right now on the 300 series, the 300i, the 315p, the 325a, and the 350r. We're just gonna kind of see what is the ship more geared for you. Each ship's got its own focus, and we're gonna kind of help you guys pick out, if you're interested in the 300 series, which is the ship that's gonna give you the most bang for the buck. Totally love the cinematics on this particular clip, and I'm just gonna be quiet, and then we're gonna get into it. Yeah, but is it that cool? You know what I'm saying? So let's check it out. The 300 series. And I think the best way to start this off is in my hangar here, looking at the 300i civilian model is what I call it, because the way I know it's a civilian type ship is when you see the focus on touring. Basically, it's saying, hey, this is your 4-banger model. You get the looks, but you don't get the actual meat of the ship. And it does have 16 freight units, which is nice, because I thought with this type of ship I wouldn't get any. And there are different cargo capacities on the different models. The 315p actually has 24 freight units, which is the exploration version, which we will get into. So if you're into a little bit more freight, you might want to do that. Also, the 350R has no freight units because it's a racing ship. Lots of really cool details and technicals when it comes to all the ships in Star Citizen, which is why I'm digging it. TR's basically thrusters and the amount of thrust. The engine itself, TR4, it does crank. It is a faster type ship. The 350R was amazing, which we'll get into later, which is the racing ship. That the thrust and the amount of speed on that ship was just insane. This ship, the interiors are pretty much the same on all of the 300s. There's not a lot of variance or difference. In fact, there's none on all the ship models in the 300 series. This is it, and there's your bed. Enjoy. Let's just take a little nap. You're not getting this for room, that's for sure. So the 300 series is not a roomy ship. It's very cramped and compact, but it does have that sleek style to give you the speed that you need. So it does make sense that this ship does have that kind of lack of interior space. You know, this is not a comfortable luxury ship. This is you know, balls to the wall speed. And now we're going to get into the 315p, okay? This is your explorer-based ship. You're going to go out there. You want to explore. I believe Chris Roberts is working on scanners for the additional spots on the loadout. Let's look at the technicals. Right now we've got 24 meters long. They're all about 24 meters. We'll show you scale later. 24 freight units. Again, this is the ship if you want more freight. This is the ship. It looks like it's got equipped an extra weapon on the C2 spot, whereas on the 300i you had an available slot, like you had to buy the additional weapon. You have size 3 on your C3. You got S shield 3. And then there's your additional equipment, where I believe the scanners will go when the game is finished. Let's get straight into the 325A, the interdictor. Now this guy gets shit done, okay? This is more of your combat type 300 series ship. I like the lines. It looks like the others. The only one that looks different really is the 350R, which we'll get into. I know a lot of you are saying, Russians, there's no actual flying. Well, I took this guy out for a spin. We'll have footage here of what this guy's capable of in battle. Let's look at the technicals real quick here. Basically, on this guy, the 325A, Okay, you've got your additional equipment spots just as you did in 315P. I don't really see where they're going with it, but we'll find that out, because this might be able to do the same thing. All the thrusters are similar, engine's similar, everything's pretty similar, but this one's a little bit more geared towards combat, and I felt that it had that at least. So let's check out what this puppy's capable of on the battlefield, you know what I'm saying? And the first thing that I noticed is that the guns are a little bit sluggish. The Sledge 2 mass driver paired with the Omnisky 6 laser cannon, not the best. Very slow fire rate, so I would definitely change the feel of this ship with a higher, maybe a pulse laser or something that gives a little bit more, you know, speed and ferocity. You notice here that I'm flying with a gamepad, which was very difficult to set up. Let me tell you, the controls, not very friendly with somebody with a gamepad. You definitely got to experiment with it for quite a while before you feel like, okay, this is towards my style. So you will get frustrated. That I will tell new players this. Once you get it set up, though, it's fine. Just you gotta get through that frustration. I love the sounds. I love the feel. The ship, I noticed, has quite an amazing amount of thrust from 0 to giddy up, you know. Slides, basically, pretty much the physics of space. A little bit sloppier than Elite Dangerous, because I think they're truly going with like this 0, you know, exactly what space is. It's a little bit more realistic, really, the dogfighting. Let's get into one of my favorite features of this, which are the rockets. Located on your 4 and 5 spot, your towns, basically, you want to be up and close and personal. If you get too far away, that he launched a chaff, which gave him a little bit more time. See that? Faster ships, rockets have an issue with. Boom. They didn't do much damage on that. So with rockets, you kind of want to go up close and personal. Here's a couple examples. Get the lock. Get up on them. And boom. Okay, that's how it's done. So rockets, you want to get nice and close. Look at that. Oh, garbage. Space garbage, yo. It is a very maneuverable ship. It does respond very quick, as you can see. It has a low profile from a x-axis, but you got to be careful on your y-axis, because you're a broader target, so you don't want anybody attacking you vertically. Not a good. Whoa, yeah. See, and it slides a little, so that's the other thing too. You got to be very careful about the ship. It feels like its ass end is heavy, which it looks like it, and so it tends to slide a little. It's got a little slide, which is fine, really, once you get used to it. Actually, it's quite comforting flying it after you get used to that slide. Let's get into the 350R, where I first noticed this slide. The 350R is, I think, personally, my preference out of these ships, just because I love speed. And this guy is a beast when it comes to speed. It's got an additional engine to it, which you can feel. Let's look at the technicals, which don't look too much different than the others, really, except that you do have the 2 engines now, so you get more speed out of it. And you also have in your C3 spot 2 availables, which is nice. And I do have footage of this as well. The power plant's in S4, slightly more upgraded than the others at S3. But you also have to realize that this has 0 freight units, so you're not going to be, you know, moving anytime soon with this to a new base. So this is strictly the slickness that you're buying. Let's watch it race.
Initiating Murray Cup practice simulation. 3, 2, 1, go. Checkpoint. Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
350R, quite definitely my favorite ship of the series. Tight rolls, good control, ascend slides a bit, but you get used to it, and then you almost can feel the trajectory of the ship. The speed rushes are unbelievable. The adrenaline you get from this ship is by far none the top dog in the 300 series. How it's going to fare on the battlefield is a completely different issue. So, you know, that's one thing you got to think about when you're looking at the 300 series. I hope I've explained all of these models to you adequately. If you have any questions, please ask me. I flew every one of these, and I had a good time doing it. And thanks for watching the Gaimez. Before I go, we're going to get into the pricing, because that's what we do here on the Gaimez. We focus on details. We want your game style to be fun. And for those of you that watched this whole way through, thank you. The $355, the 315P at $65, the 325A at $70, and the 350R. Come on, man. Make that shit available.